What is going on, 5'9" gamers, and welcome back to the 5'9" mobile channel. Today we are going to be looking at LRs that we want to see in Dokkan. We have a nice little list compiled here for you. Honestly, a couple memes on this list in terms of LRs that we wanted to see. It feels like it's been way too long and these guys still don't have it, but I say we because I'm not alone today. I am joined by the one, the only bearded man, and his name is Tystra.
What is going on, my dudes? And hello, Vil. Nice to be here again for another awesome tier list, or really not really a tier list, more of a discussion.
Yeah, this one really isn't a tier list, but it's a list, but not a tier list, right?
Yeah.
It's nice to get back on that list grind. It's been a little bit before we've stocked up on lists, so. Today we're going to be doing something that a lot of people are interested in, like I said, and that is LRs that we want to see within the game. A ton of different options. The list is unlimited. There's no way that we could cover every LR that people want to see. The part 2 for the worldwide download celebration covered an LR I personally really wanted to see, and that was the Goku and Vegeta from the Metal Cooler movie. Their kits just came out today, but we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about the What If LRs. So let's hop right into this list, and at number 1 we have a legendary election choice, and that is our boy LR Ultimate Gohan. I think LR Ultimate Gohan could work out really well, as he would probably be the perfect linking partner for Tech Ultimate Gohan, who is still a beast 2 years later. And, a couple different things I want to see from this LR we can go ahead and talk about, but I'll go ahead and let Tystra give his thoughts as well.
My thing is the fact that we still don't have an LR Ultimate Gohan, and it's been one of the biggest ones that really the Dokkan fan base has been kind of clamoring for, alongside with another one on our list. But the fact that Ultimate Gohan has just been kind of given the shaft, except for Tech Ultimate Gohan, has just been bizarre. So I truly feel that if I had to choose any of these characters on the list today, it would probably be Ultimate Gohan as my number 1 choice.
Now that I think about it, I believe there's an Ultimate Gohan of every type within the game. There's the Int Dokkanfest, the STR Dokkanfest, the AGL banner unit, the physical banner unit. I'm pretty sure he's a banner unit, and then the Tech transforming one, right? So potential typing for Ultimate Gohan, it could literally be any of them. The only one it won't be will be Tech, and probably STR, but I'd say AGL or physical is your best bet. But let's talk about what we're going to do with most of these LRs is just kind of talk about 1 or 2 things that we'd want to see within the animations of the kit or whatever. But with Ultimate Gohan, Tystra and I agreed that the entrance animation should just be his entrance versus Super Buu. Maybe him coming down to the ground and Piccolo kind of seeing him saying, like, this isn't the Gohan that I once knew, or I don't even feel like you're Gohan, when he was looking at him. What do you think?
No, absolutely, because it's weird because there's so many times where Ultimate Gohan makes an appearance, but really the only iconic times I feel are the Majin Buu saga and Super. And even in Super, he does a lot, but at the same time, you cannot deny that one of the biggest focal points of the Majin Buu saga was the entrance of Ultimate Gohan and the astonishment on Piccolo's face. So that is like the perfect entrance animation for Ultimate Gohan.
If we want to incorporate other characters, it could be like Goten being like, no, that's not my dad, it's Gohan, or whatever. I remember that part vividly.
Yeah.
You would just see him like flying down towards the battlefield or whatever. And, I think that could be a really cool moment. It does kind of suck that he gets fodderized once, Buu absorbs Gotenks. So that's not what we're here to talk about. Let's just encapsulate the ultimate badass, which is the Ultimate Gohan when he is beating up Super Buu. Fight you, no, I want to kill you, all that fun stuff. But, Ultimate Gohan's a Chad and never could use enough of him.
Absolutely, and it kind of ties into, there's so many different forms now with Gohan, especially with, the Dragon Ball Super movie that, spoiler alerts for anybody out there, like you could even go into his new form as the Gohan Beast form as an LR. Yeah,
source material-wise, you definitely have more for Ultimate Gohan, but Gohan Beast definitely needs to be in the game sooner rather than later. I would 100% expect Gohan Beast to be in the game before LR Ultimate Gohan.
Oh, absolutely. At this point, it's like you said, it's a meme.
Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and transition into our number 2 LR. Now, this one might rustle a few jimmies, and this character has gotten a decent bit of representation within the last couple of years, and that is Kefla. Now, this one is a Tystra one, really. I kind of let him throw this one in and didn't give him much backlash, but LR Kefla is kind of overdue, but we do have a decent amount of Keflas in the game, also including the transforming Tech Kale and Caulifla that does a lot. With her Kefla form, it kind of does a lot of the attacks that Kefla would want to do in the first place. But I kind of agree with Tystra. Kefla is a very good-looking character, and getting the animation upgrade that 2022 has provided us for another Kefla, I would 100% be for.
Absolutely, and we all know that there's the hate in the general community for Kefla, but you cannot deny the fact that Kefla or Caulifla and Kale are very polarizing characters within Dragon Ball Super and the Dragon Ball fandom in general. They're popular whether it's famous or infamy, and it makes sense that out of all the Super characters, that personally I would feel that Kefla would be that LR to represent Super.
Yeah, I think if you just kind of go on the tiers of the Tournament of Power, right? You have Goku and Jiren and kind of their little like Z options, right? And then you have like Topo, Vegeta, maybe you could throw Hit in there and like kind of that one tier below, and then you kind of have below that it's like Kefla, Kale and Caulifla, Ultimate Gohan, Frieza, 17. I think they're kind of on that A tier, but you know, if you just think about the characters that have LRs in here, you're thinking the characters from A, S, or Z down to A, right? Like Golden Frieza has an LR from the Tournament of Power with 17. 17 has an LR with the reps of Universe 7. Hit technically has an LR with God Goku. I'm just trying to think of the other ones. Vegeta has an LR. UI Goku has an LR. Jiren has an LR. So all of these very relevant characters in the Tournament of Power need LRs, and the only ones that really are left to me that I can think of off the top of my head are Topo, Kefla, and technically a standalone Hit. But you know, I think Kefla definitely is a deserving character. I don't know if she's the most deserving on this list, but one nonetheless. Animation-wise, it's kind of tough to say. I guess the Candy Cane Beam would be the overwhelming choice, just with a really good animation upgrade. But what do you think, Tystra?
No, absolutely. It's probably the best bet for that. Kind of what we were talking about beforehand. Not really spoilers, but guys,
not for Super.
Behind the scenes stuff. But when we were talking about it, like we could see something with Kefla doing that AoE attack with all the lightning bolts and stuff, and it could either be, you know, the activation skill, or it could honestly be just a super attack and give us that LR with an AoE. We have plenty of those, but still. But there's plenty of options that you could do with Kefla still, even with the amount of Keflas that we've gotten already. So it's not difficult to be able to see this one as an LR in the future.
Yeah, I honestly though, this might be the first time I've ever heard someone call it an activation skill.
Yeah.
There you go.
Active skill.
An activation skill. There you go.
Sorry.
There's your Dokkan guys.
The Dokkan Pro activation
the Dokkan Pro.
skill.
Shout out to Carly. All right, let's move on to our number 3 spot, because I know people are tired of hearing us talk about Kefla. This one is going to be from the everyone's favorite series, Dragon Ball GT, and no, it does not involve a Super Saiyan 4. This one is our boy Sin Shenron, who transforms into Omega Shenron. Now, a lot of people thought this was going to be part 2 for the 7-year anniversary, along with a Broly of sorts, but, you know, Saiyan Saga decided, I want a piece of the action, and that's what we ended up getting. So a Sin to Omega Shenron is still in the works, and I hope that specifically with Sin to Omega Shenron, the only animation I really want to see is Sin eating the Dragon Balls. What about you, Tystra?
Absolutely. To be quite honest, like we know that he has the one attack, but really I just want to see him eat the Dragon Balls in Dokkan. Like, I think it would just be funny. But yeah, like it's one of those LRs that you would think, like, we have Baby, we have Super 17, we have the Shadow Dragons as a conglomerate, but the whole focal point of the Shadow Dragon saga, like pinnacled when they were battling Omega Shenron, and it all started when Sin Shenron ate the Dragon Balls. So it's like, why hasn't this already happened when we already have a good chunk of GT representation in the LR? So yeah, I have to agree that that's the biggest thing I want to see from it. I could care less about the super attacks until I actually see the animations, but I just want to see Sin Shenron eat the Dragon Balls.
So I guess now that I'm thinking about it, right, I'd want a nice looking minus power energy ball, and one I would definitely want to see is Omega's Dragon Thunder on Vegeta. Man puts a huge hole in Vegeta's shoulder. You know, one of the more brutal attacks within Dragon Ball, honestly, but they could definitely pull it off. And with the way enemy sprites look, it doesn't even really matter what he does. Like, it doesn't. They're not going to get stabbed anyway. It's just going to look ugly no matter what. So I definitely want to see the Dragon Thunder as well as the minus power energy ball, now that you got me thinking about it. And there's also a scene we were just watching. We were trying to find reference material for the LR, right? There's a cool scene where this could be like a nullification, where Goku punches Omega in the stomach and his hand lights on fire. And that's the Nova power in me. And then he freezes Goku and says, this is the ice in me. Whatever. And I think that's really cool how he kind of absorbed all the other Shadow Dragons while also eating the Dragon Balls. So
it could be really cool to kind of add that little power, as if somebody melees Omega Shenron, then it becomes a counter. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, it would just be a nullification, I think. But a counter because he lights his hand on fire, I think that'd be good too.
Yeah.
A Nova counter. Yeah, that'd be like, I think we're getting a little wishful here, but you know, this will probably just be like a part 2 LR at some point behind like another Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, because that's the little dirty secret Dokkan doesn't want you to know. It's not about new characters. It's just about releasing the same old hype ones. Right.
More Gogetas and Vegetas.
Yeah, it's like, how are they going to make a better character than this? They're not. They're just going to make the same character and upgrade it. All right, well, that's enough GT, I think. I'm kind of tired of talking about it. Let's move on to our number 4 spot, and this is the most infamous one. We all know who I'm about to say. The LR we have talked about for the longest. We've asked, where is he? You know, there's just so many words that come to mind when we think about this LR. You can probably put it down in the comment section below which one it is before I even say it, and I guarantee 99% of you are going to be right. I'm doing a lot of build-up. He's short, he's skinny, he has a lot of stamina, he's pink. He comes in many different forms. This is our good friend LR Kid Buu. Now, where is LR Kid Buu? I don't know. He's somewhere. Maybe Teister's hiding him in his closet, but I don't think so.
You never know. I could be having him over there. But in all honesty, like, if you could think of 2 units in general that Dokkan has been, or the Dokkan community has been clamoring for as an LR, it is Ultimate Gohan and Kid Buu. Like, those are the first 2 I truly did like really think of when I was making my kind of like little list of things that I wanted to see. And Kid Buu, it just doesn't make any sense to me. It actually irritates me that one of the biggest units that, you know, we wanted to see, we got it as a Dokkanfest, but we did not get the actual LR that we were hoping for.
When we talk about things that bring in hype, honestly, I think it really does come down to like LRs is what keeps this game alive. It's cool to pull Dokkanfest Kid Buu, but you have any idea how much cooler it is to screenshot legendary character is coming Kid Buu? And, you know, the LRs really have kind of carried this game, I think, overall, like in terms of getting players to return and stuff like that during the big celebrations. But, you know, LR Kid Buu, I think, is honestly inevitable, but it's also just kind of funny that this game is going to be 8 years old here in a few months, and we still don't have an LR for one of the penultimate villains in the whole series. Kid Buu is the final boss of Z, if you guys don't know. I know a lot of Dragon Ball fans haven't seen Dragon Ball, so.
Spoiler alert. Jesus. Come on, yeah. Bill.
Kid Buu is the man. Now, let's talk about some specifics with Kid Buu. We kind of had some back and forth about where this animation would go. My kind of final thing was let's make it the intro animation, but I think what separates Kid Buu from the pack with Dragon Ball villains is the fact that rather than threatening and making all the hullabaloo, he shows up, puts his hand up, destroys the earth. That's it. No words, no foreplay, just bye-bye. And I think that would look really cool as an intro where he blows up the earth and then transports himself to the Supreme Kai planet.
No, absolutely. It's one of those ones that I feel would be good. We were also talking about a super attack as well, and there was at one point in the other world, I pointed it out, that he actually just beats the holy heck out of Krillin. And poor Krillin just gets punched 3 times, gets thrown up in the air, antenna wraps around him, he gets slammed 3 times, and then he's about to get a blast to the face. But I think that would be a really, really cool super attack as well, alongside that entrance animation. So there's a lot of cool stuff that you could still do with Kid Buu. He's got so much, and in such a short amount of time, even in Dragon Ball Z. And again, the fact that he's so infamous and still does not have an LR really grinds my gears, man. I was hoping and praying.
Yeah, now that we've kind of talked about it, or I'm thinking about it, what about when he has Vegeta by the neck for like 10 minutes? I think that might be the most uncomfortable I've ever been watching Dragon Ball, is like, let go of his neck, please. Like, you know?
Kid Buu is literally, like, we could all say Frieza's one of the most sadistic, or you could even maybe argue Cell or Baby or anything.
I'd say that Kid Buu is a little less sadistic in the fact that he's just like, he's not like a being, like he doesn't have emotions, right? Frieza knows what he's doing to these people, and it still continues to do it. Because, like, it's not even close to me who the most, like, iconic and best Dragon Ball villain is, like, in my opinion. Like, maybe Demon King Piccolo, but it's Frieza, no doubt.
Well, I mean, I mean more so in the fact of not caring and just enjoying what you're doing to somebody.
Well, like, Frieza's doing that too, pal.
Well, yeah, Frieza's absolutely doing it. But when I look at Kid Buu, like you said, it's uncomfortable. Like, you're looking at it and you're just like, my God, like, what is this? So
a lot of comedic relief in there with him too, though. Like, I mean, there is a lot. Like, he's a kid, right? Technically, I mean, God knows how old he is, but he acts like a kid.
I guess for me, it's just like when I grew up watching Chucky. Like I never want to watch Chucky, and Kid Buu kind of reminds me of Chucky. It's evil, and but I love it. I love it so much.
Yeah, Kid Buu's LR I think is inevitable. I just don't know how they're gonna handle it, and I hope the copium for me is that the longer we wait to get it, the better he's gonna be.
Facts.
But let's go ahead and transition into our next LR. Now, this one is from Dragon Ball Super Superhero, and this was all Teistra's idea, so I have to give him credit, but Gamma 1 and Gamma 2. LR Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 is something I would not have thought of, but when we discuss what we want from this unit in terms of animation and kits, I want to give a fair spoiler warning, so skip to the timestamp on the screen below, so you can, or not the screen below, but look at the timestamp on the screen if you want to skip to that to avoid any plot spoilers for Gamma 1 and 2. It's obviously not a spoiler that they exist, but what they do within the movie, we'll go ahead and give you a warning now.
Absolutely. So in the movie, what happens is Gamma 2 sacrifices himself to crack the dome of Cell Max's head. So the idea is kind of a new-ish mechanic, or kind of an addition to a revival mechanic, is that when you KO, Gamma 2 dives in, causes damage, and exchanges into Gamma 1. So it'd be kind of a revival / exchange unit in that regard. And I think it would be a really cool way to introduce something like that while also introducing these two characters into Dokkan. Now, again, as we've said before, Superhero is still relatively new, so obviously spoiler alert. And you look at them and you look at this list and you don't kind of put them there. But I think that having that representation of Superhero could be a blessing. And could get more eyes on those characters and possibly even get even more cards later.
Yeah, I think so. Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, I think, is like, maybe it might just be a TUR, but I think those two are inevitable. Really everything from Superhero, honestly. Maybe except for like Pan or like Goku, Vegeta, and Broly or whatever.
Whoa. Hold up a second. We might still get a Pan, though.
Dude, okay, yeah. Who knows? I don't know. Let's not spoil too much, shall we?
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and transition into the beginning of the beginning here. We went from the latest reference of Dragon Ball material. Let's go ahead and transition back to the beginning days, and that is an LR Kid Goku of forms. Now, I know we have the Dokkanfest TUR Kid Goku. I know we have a gazillion Kid Gokus in terms of like the one with Bulma and some other free-to-play units like Kid Goku and Arale or whatever, but this we are specifically talking about is an LR Kid Goku that does something within the world tournaments that happen in Dragon Ball. Something that we need to see, and honestly, I think over on the Japanese side, this would be the fastest top grossing of all time. I think it would do even better than what the 7-year did.
Oh, absolutely. Like, Dragon Ball is just so big in general in Japan, and to be quite honest, I love original Dragon Ball. I will always look back fondly on it because it's what really got me to deeply appreciate the whole series. I watched Dragon Ball Z first, and then watched Dragon Ball. And it made me realize just how big the world actually was. And it's crazy to even think, like, yes, we do have Kid Goku LRs, but we don't have a standalone. So it would be really, really cool to see this World Tournament Kid Goku, like, just shine. And it would be like almost full circle for me when it comes to Dokkan, because I truly feel that there wouldn't be this whole universe without obviously Goku in Dragon Ball. Like, it's a given, just how it is.
Yeah, I think in terms of influence, that's something that belongs on the Manga channel. But just the way Dragon Ball kind of birthed a lot of manga to come after that, and they got adapted. And we talk about the big three. A lot of influence came from Dragon Ball on all three of those series. I think maybe not directly, but in some way, shape, or form. But I think if we want to talk about specific moments, I'd say anything from the fight against Tien or the fight against Ma Junior on the stage of the tournament would work. Maybe Goku. Who's the one he kills? Tambourine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the one after maybe him killing Tambourine would be like an animation or something like that. I don't know. There's a lot they can do with Kid Goku. There's so much reference material in OG Dragon Ball they haven't touched. So hopefully they don't relegate him to the World Tournament realm, but who knows? I just don't want him to be a free-to-play World Tournament unit is what I'm saying.
Yeah, please don't do that. Let him be his, like, a Dokkanfest LR.
They know
or Carnival.
They know he's a money printer. There's no way they don't know, right? Like, it's...
Right.
Yeah, it's tough to say. I'd say that unit would just perform so well, and maybe they don't make it the anniversary just because they're scared of how it would do in the West. But I don't think they care about the West. Like, that's kind of what JP Dokkan has made it clear that global Dokkan does not matter to them.
Right.
Yeah. But let's, we could sit here and talk about the versions all day. Those are just other videos. But let's go ahead and get into our last LR on the video. Now, this is another one from our very friendly LR, or Legendary Election screen, and he is in the top right corner. This is Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. Now, Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks does have a decent bit of representation in the game throughout the physical TUR, the tech TUR, the int-transforming TUR. I believe there's a free-to-play Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. He's STR. But we do need that AGL, or not AGL, but that LR Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks that stand alone, or maybe just Gotenks that goes into Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, something like that. I don't know. We'd need to see that within the game. And if we want to talk about animations we want to see, we kind of talked about this beforehand, but the entrance animation to me would be him ripping open the hole in the hyperbolic time chamber and coming back out up into the lookout.
Absolutely. Like, if you have it as a standalone SSJ3 Gotenks, like, I think that is perfect. Because it's literally his grand entrance outside of the hyperbolic time chamber. That's one of those moments that you look back on and you're like, that was cool. Even though it was like crazy in the sense of it didn't make a lot of sense. It's the fact that it happened and you see it and you're like, what did I just witness? And I think going into a battle in Dokkan and seeing that entrance animation would be perfect. Now, again, we have like plenty of super attack animations. Like, he announces every single attack he does. So there's plenty of things to do for SSJ3 Gotenks. But
yeah,
I feel just like you do. If you're going to have the entrance animation, it has to be that.
I'd say that's a very good one. That or him transforming into it. He's like, check this out, and he does it. But yeah, I think it's just crazy to show that they like the way they wrote Gotenks. It's like they saw Goku go Super Saiyan 3 once. So like, yeah, we can do that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It was just the cockiness, and they're like, oh yeah, I could pull that off real quick.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I think that's everything that we got for you in today's video. I should say I know. That is everything that we do have for you. This is our list of LRs that we want to see in Dokkan, but you can go ahead and let us know the LRs that you want to see in Dokkan within the comment section below. Don't forget to leave a like if you did enjoy it, and subscribe to 5-9 Mobile so you don't miss out on any future tier lists / lists that we do like this. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you for watching. We're signing out.
Take care, guys.